Virgos, December energies are here, and I'm hearing for you guys that serenity is king. Let's have an aligned astro chat about it. Hello all, Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive, and welcome to your Transformational Tarot for the month of December. Can you believe that we are actually here the last month of 2025? Probably since 2020, the fastest year and also probably the most jam-packed and the most whiplash year that we've had. But it's important to acknowledge that we are here, we are still breathing, even if we are just sort of hanging on by a thread. And I am honored and grateful to be doing this wild ride called life with you guys. So for this month, it's going to be a really good one. I was told to pull a theme, an overarching theme for you from the Sweet Ass Affirmations 2 from Rage Create. And then we are pulling cards for you today from the Everyday Women Tarot. This is a new tarot deck to me. Who is it? Oh, Life Spirit Team is the publisher. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, I like that idea of serenity is king because, I always joke about, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It takes like 15 seconds to say it versus sometimes you just don't have the energy and you're like, serenity now! So knowing that serenity is king, I think is fantastic, right? It's basically saying no matter what else happens, no matter what else goes on, I'm choosing serenity. I'm choosing to be serene. I'm choosing to bring serenity to a situation. I'm choosing to bring serenity to a room. So let's see what the overarching theme is. Ooh, I peace in and out and all things in between. Oh, I love that. And sage. So I have to say to you with serenity, whenever I am saging my house, saging my space, or I actually prefer Palo Santo, so I'll use Palo Santo. After the ritual and the cleansing of it, the house just feels more peaceful and serene. And I just kind of do one of those, and I feel like that's what this is going to be about for you guys this month. And of course, I am a Virgo sun as well, so I may say we and I and you versus something else. So if I do, that's what's going on. But yes, I really feel like choosing serenity, choosing peace in all that we do is really going to be key. And you know how life works. Life gets busy, life happens while we're busy making plans. And it doesn't always go according to the way we think things should be, especially we as Virgos. We are very organized, very detailed. We have a very clear outline of the way things are going to go down. And we're usually really efficient in those ways. But sometimes life throws us curveballs. So I feel like we need to bring the sage. We need to bring the Palo Santo to the in, the out. And I feel like that's our breathing in and out and all the things in between, the void, the people, the circumstance, the everything. So this could also be the, like, I breathe in peace and love. That's the serenity is king. And that's what's going to, I want to say, keep us on the level, keep us fairly balanced based on whatever that balance is that we're requiring or needing at this time. All right, presently, where are you right now in your transformational journey? What part of you is shifting, rising, or dissolving? Ooh, interesting. 6 of Wands or 6 of lipsticks in this deck. So sorry to all the guys out there who are not maybe lipstick fans, but here we go. In this deck, Wands is lipsticks. So I feel right now like where you're at is this is what you're wanting. And I'm almost seeing this as being like the dream that you're having, not a dream come true. It's the dream that you want to have come true. The Miss Ambition, yay, I finally arrived. I'm being crowned. I'm finally where I'm supposed to be. And I feel like as part of this transformational journey, the fact that you can actually dream it and you can dream it so potently, like I'm seeing all of the red. So red is our blood, our life force. It's I want to say, if not the color, one of the most prominent colors of life and of earth and physicality. You don't have life if you don't have blood and air going through the body, right? So I feel like this is saying you now finally can see the dream, and you're experiencing the dream in your dream state in a more visceral, tangible way. This is a good sign. No, you haven't reached the dream yet, but now you've touched the dream. You've tasted the dream. You've sampled the dream. And that means now that you can make more of it. You can expand into those feelings and emotions and really allow it to become what it wants to become for you. I definitely feel that we are getting ready to rise. And it is, I've talked a lot about the phoenix rising for us right now, that a lot of us are in that phoenix rising phase. Generally speaking, collectively speaking, Virgos are definitely in a phoenix rising energy. And then individually, I feel that phoenix rising wants to really come to life and to the surface. So what I'm hearing here is, presently, don't let this vision go. Don't dismiss it. Don't get into that space of, well, it never happens anyway, so I'm not going to get my hopes up, right? Don't do that. Don't negate it. Lean into it, because I feel like for a long time you haven't really had a vision, or you haven't been able to have a vision that's tangible, or that you can even see, a way forward towards it. Not even sure what step to take, to get on that path. It's been so elusive. Well, it's no longer elusive. It's here for you now, and that's something to celebrate. Catalyst, what's fueling or hindering your transformation? And is this resistance or rocket fuel? Oh, beautiful. So here we have the Three of Wands, the Three of Lipsticks. And what did I just say? Expansion. Oh, I love it when the cards speak to us in this way. It's just so much fun and validation. So, okay, this is what has been putting a fire under your ass for the last, I want to say, 3 years, is this, I really want to see what's on the other side. And why hasn't my own vision allowed me? I have to use all these tools, and these tools are not as efficient as I'd like them to be. But now what I love about this card is, she's decided, I'm going to go shopping. I'm going to go and be for a day have the experience for a day of the person that I want to be in this next chapter of my life. I'm going to buy clothes that suit this new version of me. I'm going to, buy knickknacks for my house that are more in alignment with the environment that I thrive in now. I'm going to use this tool to get me as close to this vision as I can right now, knowing that eventually I'm going to cross that bridge and I'm going to be there. But until I get there, I'm going to use the resources at my fingertips in order to be able to vision, this next experience, this next version out. So I feel very much that this is rocket fuel, not resistance. And I feel like this is coming up. It's lighting a fire under your ass right now, because now is the time. And I feel like December, probably the third week of December into, and happy holidays, by the way, into the first week of January, I feel like this might be an astrological thing for us. I haven't looked at, I'm a novice at best. So, even if I looked at the chart, I wouldn't even know how to explain it 100%. But I feel like that window of time is the time where anything that we are expanding into, or seeds that we've already planted, things that we are putting a little bit of energy into, it's going to grow. It's going to be big. We're going to receive a lot of opportunities for the future that we can commit to now. And then we can look forward to it. And then whatever, things we need to prepare for in advance in order to be able to say, yes, I'm ready for that, we will have the time to do that. Wow. The catalyst, I feel, is the universe basically saying, yes, yes, here's the thing you've been waiting for. Here's the seed you planted, all those years ago. Here's the cookie. Here's the cookie. Here's the reward. You've played in it, knowing that this was something you wanted. Well, we're going to do you one better. You are it. You weren't it just for the day. You are it. And now you can have it on a permanent basis. So this is going to really, I want to say, keep you very much in flow, very much with that fire lit under your ass. Don't be surprised if this month you feel a lot of drive and a lot of push and a lot of like having a lot of extra or excess energy. And people are like, whoa, like slow down. And you're like, no, but I got to get this done. I got to get this done. You may even feel a little bit of that internal clock, sort of ticking, saying, but if I don't do this, like, yeah, I understand it's the holiday for the rest of the people and I will step out and, take a couple of hours to be festive. But ultimately my focus is I see this vision. I'm ready to go. Like I'm feeling this and I want to capture and take advantage of this because this is the thing I've been working towards for so long. This feels good to me. All this other stuff just feels like noise and distraction. This is where I want to go. So I want to say the timing of it might not be convenient for other people or for the world at large, but man, oh man, is it going to be great for you. Deep root. What deep belief, wound, or soul contract is driving the transformation under the surface? Interesting. So King of Cups. Scorpio, the scorpionic energy, the fear and the worry that things aren't what they seem, the fear and the worry that you're going to go all this way and it's going to be either taken from you or it's not going to be all that it was cracked up to be, that there's going to be some darkness, some heaviness around it. But I feel like King of Cups is very confident in the external expression of their emotions. And I feel like it's safe to express this excitement around expansion, to anticipate with joy all that this can be, and to really like imagine, go big or go home, and think outside the box, because the King of Cups can hold all of that. I feel like this King of Cups is coming through subconsciously because it wants to be seen for all that it can do for you in the positive ways, not just in the negative ways. I'm kind of chuckling to myself right now because I really struggle in water seasons, and especially in Scorpio season. And a lot of it is, I'm the Phoenix. I'm used to change. I'm used to death and rebirth and rebuilding myself and all the things and the stuff. Like I can handle that. I mean, this is, Scorpio is the Phoenix, right? But it's the emotional component of it. It's the tears. It's the waves of emotion that can really take me over, and it throws me for a loop because I don't know what the hell to do with it, and I don't always like it. But I feel like I'm telling you this story because I feel like that's what this is about. Subconsciously, it's been affecting all of us Virgos in this way of getting us bogged down in the feeling and the emotion space of it. And King of Cups says, no, that's not the point. I'm never bogged down by my feelings and emotions. I understand that the storms and the waves and the tides are all part of the process. And so I've learned to, ride on top of my ocean of emotion. I dive in when I need to, but most of the time I'm allowing the waves to take me where I want to go. I'm not resisting. And you too, this too can be you. You don't have to resist it either. It doesn't have to take you down. It can actually support you. And I feel like that's what this is all about. This is the deep root or the deep wound that is happening here is an invitation for you to make friends with your shadow, to make friends with the more intensive emotions that come up as a result of what you have not had or had to work extra hard to achieve. And now that it is here, this isn't here coming here to take it away or to pee on your parade. It's coming here to say, you know, I can teach you how to ride on top of. I can give you the boat. You don't even have to drive over the bridge. I can give you a boat and you can cross it that way. You know, your emotions are a part of this journey. Um, you don't have to cut the emotion out or be afraid of the emotion. That's not what this is about. Wow, that's feels really powerful. This is what's dying away. What role, pattern, or identity has run its course? Oh, beautiful. So snakes in this deck are swords. So we have the Ace of Swords, Ace of Snakes. This is inspired thought. And I feel like, and I'm really drawn to all of the butterflies here. So what's falling away is the challenging components of transformation. You know, the goop, the caterpillar goop, turning into the butterfly. Well, now you are the butterfly. So the butterfly flies with ease. The butterfly is light. The butterfly has freedom. It goes where it wants to go. There's wisdom and knowledge in that as well. And this one in particular, everything is green. Abundance, growth, healing. The healer within you is stepping in to, I want to say, steer the ship. This is intuition, your intellect blended with your intuition that is speaking your heart's truth. And I feel like what's dying away is the work and the effort. Also, what's dying away is this concept of I'm always in potential, which requires a lot of application in order for it to become something. That potential has now become something. And so now there's an expansion on what has become. So what's dying away is the really hard work, painful drudgery sometimes of the phase of the transformational space. And now there's going to be a little more ease and flow. And so, this is like the phoenix growing and the phoenix emerging, is that pure potential and like having to put the work and the effort in. Phoenix rising even has a lot of that, work and effort, but the work and effort can be more fun because it's experimental in nature. You're learning, trying on new things and, learning your new taste buds and, different colors and styles and all the rest of it. So it can be fun. I feel like all of that is dying away because now the vision is there. The vision is clear and you know exactly where you're going. And so now it can be in more of that phoenix soaring phase where you're committing to a path. And the places you'll go. It's work. It's just different work. It's the kind of work where you're not on the hamster wheel and you never get anywhere. It's now the kind of work where you put 3 steps forward and you go 3 steps and you stay there for a little while until you're ready to take the next 3 steps. It's not a push-pull. Oh, I can't tell you how good that feels. Okay, highest potential in your transformation. This is the phoenix potential. What can rise from the ashes? What is your soul calling you toward? This is your breakthrough energy. Oh, interesting. The Emperor. So I want to say standing in your own birthright, standing in the energy of, what do we say? Serenity is king. That Emperor energy. Like, he's very serene. He's chill. He's not worried about anything. He's playing this game of life, and maybe he's got a protege, he's got a student, a pupil, a mentee, and he's perfectly content with what's going on here. And I feel like this is you getting into that space where you're not having to be in chaotic action or crisis mode action anymore. This is about, I've taken some steps and now I can enjoy where things are at. I'm still in motion. I'm still working. I'm still in service. I'm still participating in the world. But I'm doing it in a very visceral way. Again, all of that red energy, life force, like this is me living this life. That phoenix soaring has a lot of that energy to it where I know the path. I know the path that I'm walking. I know the direction that I'm going, and I know that I'm going to get there. And so now I can enjoy the journey and I'm also in service to others as a result of it. 4 is also the manifestation and the foundation of things. And I feel very much that the highest potential is also that in December here, what's transpiring is you are not only getting a glimpse of what that is, but you're also able to kind of sink your teeth into it because you're recognizing now, oh, I have a little bit from this, a little bit from this, and a little bit from this. I didn't know why these, 3 things, seemingly random things came into my life, but now as I combine them, I see that they create the foundation for what I need moving forward. So I really feel excellent about this, taking charge, taking back your power. And I want to say it's like healthy masculine approach. It's not toxic. It's not I'm going to take charge and I'm going to be cruel about it and I'm going to be mean about it and you have to do what I say or else. This is more of action with confidence and trusting and knowing that the universe has got your front, back, sides, bottom, and top. And when you take those steps towards you, the universe is going to take those 10 steps as well, because now you and the universe are in partnership. You're in harmony. You're working together. Oh my God, that just feels delicious. All right, what's emerging just around the corner? What energy or experience is coming in to support the next phase for you? 9 of Cups. Oh my God, I love this. Okay, so 9 of Cups is wishes fulfilled. She's got all of her needs met. She's prepared for a party. So she's sharing her abundance and her goodwill and her good fortune with others. She's just waiting for everyone to show up for the party. And even if nobody shows up, she is enjoying herself. She's at the beach. She's got the candlelight all around her. She's got everything she needs. And she's happy about it. She's smiling. She's very content to be where she's at. This feels nice because Virgos, we've had brief moments of this, but we haven't had like a season of this in a while. And I feel like, again, I'm being called to talk about the 3rd week of December into sort of the middle of the 1st week of January. This is prime time energetically, astrologically, for wishes to be fulfilled. And so if this is what is emerging and we can trust that there's going to be a number of seasons of this, not just a season of this, but a number of seasons of this, this is definitely something to celebrate. And I feel like this is something that you want to make more of it. Don't dismiss it. Don't get in, again, like I said here, like don't get into that space of, oh, well, it never happens or it never comes true. So, I'm not going to get my hopes up. No, do the opposite. Lean into it even more. Splurge even a little bit more. Like, I'm not saying spend your, mortgage money or anything like that, but like live like you want to be, like live who you really want to be. And in the living of it, you become it. I feel like that's a huge message for us here. I'm also feeling when I look at this card that from a work perspective or how you choose to show up and contribute to the world. So maybe you volunteer, maybe, you're retired and, you watch your grandkids or, you've got a secondary job or business or, you're raising your kids, however it is. I feel like what's emerging is an invitation for you to be able to create this for yourself every day using the resources of what the universe provides. So, on first blush, that sounds like it might be a little daunting or a little overwhelming, but it's really not. You're going to have the overarching feeling of what you want to be experiencing. And then every day is a fresh new day. So it's kind of like when you wake up in the morning and you get into the it's a day off. You get into the kitchen and you're like, oh, I went to the market yesterday. And so I've got, fresh fruit and, I've got, eggs and like, I've got all of these things. So I can really make myself a vibrant breakfast, a varietal breakfast, and I can sit and take the time to enjoy it. And then the next day, okay, I have to work, but I still have some of that there. And so now I can throw some berries in a bowl with a delicious cream or some yogurt. And that's really delicious. And I can take, 10 or 15 minutes to just sit and enjoy and be present with that. I feel like it's all about the feeling, but it's giving yourself space to feel the feeling. And it's not sad feeling. It's not shadow work feeling. It's the, wow, I'm present in my life and it feels really good to not be in triage mode, that I can enjoy what is here. And I almost feel like a reprogramming, like we've been in a long period of trauma, and so now, like, we've healed from the trauma, or we're in the in the process, the last stages of kind of healing from that trauma, and we have to rewire the brain. We reprogram the brain to say, the trauma is over, and it's safe to be here. It's safe to breathe. Like, I don't have to look over my shoulder all the time. Wow. That's just like, wow. Okay. Where are you in this process? How are you navigating this transformation? Are you resisting, flowing, grieving, or boldly rising? So you don't trust it yet. And I totally get that, because that's like, I'm excited as I'm doing the readings here, but I'm also kind of going, okay, how many times has the universe told me your ship is coming in, now is your time? And, like, I still have to deal with the nonsense and shenaniganery of life. But that's what I'm feeling here is with this Two of Pies, which is Two of Pentacles in this deck. The Two of Pies, he's juggling, but he's not paying attention. And so, the vase is about to fall. This kid is underfoot playing imaginary, pirates or whatever. And this guy is going to trip over that and trip over the, face plant and the flowers, and the pies are going to go everywhere. So I feel like the message here is to pay attention. Open your eyes, kind of go into this Nine of Cups space where you are in the present moment. You're not in the hustle and bustle. It's not about getting to the destination so quickly. Quite frankly, Virgos, it's taken us long enough to get here. What's another like couple of days or a couple of hours to set ourselves up for success, right? Like to take that extra time to prepare. And believe me, I'm an A-type. I am a person who like wants instant gratification. I get so excited about something, and like, if you get in my way and like you're driving slow in the fast lane and I'm trying to get to something that I'm really excited about, I'm really irritated by you right now because you're getting in the way of my happiness and my joy, right? So like, I totally get this, but I do feel like what is coming up here is the reminder to stay focused on the things that you are doing. Because if you don't, you're going to get in your own way. You're going to create a delay in, being in this and being this all the time, right? So we understand how manifestation works. We put it out there, we release it, then we embody the feelings of being it, and then it comes. And it's always going to come in our now. But sometimes our now is like 4 months from now, or a year from now, or 10 years from now, or 2 days from now. Sometimes our now is in the now. But the point is, when you are feeling that feeling, at the very least, you are having a taste of it. And the taste is something you want to savor, and you want to be in the present moment for it. You also don't want to delay this. So don't get in your own way. Don't be in a rush. And oh, do I hate that message? Don't be in a rush. It's always about have patience. And I always say to the universe, let me just give you a double fuck you on that. Telling my guide, stop giving me the patience speech, right? But in essence, that's what it is. Be patient, be present, so that you can take those extra couple of steps and make sure that you're successful in where you're going. Because those pies look fucking amazing, right? I want those pies. I would rather that guy take an extra minute to get to my table than to rush to my table and have those pies go on my lap rather than in my belly, right? There we go. Okay. Circles of influence, circles of support. Who or what is influencing your transformation right now? And is it positive or negative? So this is really interesting. So 8 of lipsticks, 8 of wands. I'm feeling a lot like you're moving so quickly and in so many different directions that a lot of people aren't really sure where to go or how to follow you. But I'm also seeing like the purse is being dumped. Like all of these lipsticks are kind of falling out of the purse, but I feel that there's intention around this. Wow, this is interesting. So I feel like you've got support. I feel like each of these lipsticks kind of represents, each, a person that is in your circle of support. Um, they're all different. They're all unique. They're all in various, stages and phases of whatever. Um, so they're there. I feel like they might not totally get where you're going. You're moving quick and they might be a little uncomfortable with the quickness of it, but I feel like they're there. They've got you. So if you're having trouble this month kind of explaining yourself, or you're like, again, you're like, but I got to get there. I got to do this thing. There's a timing factor involved here. I've got to get this thing done. People may not understand your why, but I feel like they're going to support you and they will go where you go, in essence. So don't worry so much about whether or not everybody understands you entirely and is on board. Be more in the space of, I'm just glad that you're here for the ride. And, hopefully it'll all make sense to you on the other side. When we land, we're going to know, that everything is okay. So feels really esoteric, but the bottom line is I feel like you've got good support around you. They just might not understand exactly your why. They might not understand your drive, but they're going to go where you're asking them to go. So hopes and fears, what are you dreaming of becoming and what scares you about actually doing it? Wow, lots of pies and wands today. This is fantastic. Okay, so we have 9 of pies, 9 of pentacles. So we had the 9 of cups, which I think is beautiful. And now we have the 9 of pentacles. And 9 of pentacles is the card of gratitude. It's a card that, indicates you've arrived. You put all the work and the effort. You perfected your craft and now you're being acknowledged for it. Now you're being seen. You're the woman of the year, the queen of pies. I believed I could, so I did. You're being acknowledged and featured. The bottom line is, Virgo, this isn't about you wanting someone to blow smoke up your ass and sing your praises for the service that you do. It's not about that. But I do feel like you want people to acknowledge the struggle, to acknowledge the effort, and then to acknowledge and make use of who you are now, where you're going now, to see the new version of you rather than to constantly be trying to pull you back into something that you're not or someone that you're not. And I want to say to you, the fear is that it's always going to be this way. But I'm going to say to you, if we look at the dream of it, like you don't need to be afraid of this. This is you. When someone points something out to you, soak it up. Take that as, validation or whatever. Take that as, oh, there's one person in the world who sees the work and the effort that I put in. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you, universe. Bring me more of that because that feels good. Don't give away your power. This isn't about you waiting for everyone to sort of see you and acknowledge you and notice you. This is about you just doing you. And then when someone actually steps up to say something, you receive it, you soak it up, you take it in, and you don't focus on, the 50 other people who haven't noticed. Focus on what is in your present and in your now. This definitely feels like you're going to be bumping up into a new layer or level of visibility. That sometimes means that people from the past fall away, or the nature of the relationship changes. We've been through that, been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt 100 times over, right? We understand that. I feel like there's going to be a little bit more of that, even because where you're going, not everyone can follow, and they can acknowledge and admire and follow your story and all the rest. But if they keep trying to pull you back, you just can't do it. So this is a reminder to not allow yourself to be pulled into other things. Be where you're at now and look forward, look ahead. The circles of support will follow you even if they don't understand it. But the ones who don't understand it and won't follow you, that keep trying to pull you back, those are the ones you can't take with you. You gotta let that go. And I feel like it's going to be a bit of a challenge. It's going to challenge your, your need to serve, your desire, and you're wired that way to serve. It's going to be hard for you to say no or to walk away. But it's important that you do. And I feel like you'll be supported in doing that, because you can't go backwards at this point. Nor do you want to, but there is that, well, maybe that person can, come along. Maybe that person, if that person understands this, or if I do this one final thing for this person. And again, I feel like that's, the people pleasing kind of stuff, and the empath of the hoping that maybe this time. Nope. Gotta release and move forward. Outcome. If you stay on course, who will you be on the other side of this journey in December? What is the result of embracing the full cycle of death and rebirth? Wow. So you've got 5 of pies. Free pie just for a smile. Now let's take a look at this picture. So these 2 guys, down and out, begging, needing food, hungry, all they got to do is look around and they're going to have food. Free pie just for a smile. All you got to do is go in and smile. They're not smiling. They're not paying attention. They're not looking at the resources that are right in front of them. And maybe they're just exhausted. Maybe they have been there for a while, and, in the night while they were sleeping, that, that sign went up and they didn't notice it. Whatever it is, I feel like the whole point of this is that you're finally opening your eyes, that there's, again, like, here's my cookie, here's my reward, here's my pie. You have to look around at the world and at the area that you're in and the life that you're in right now, and see it with brand new eyes. See it with the eyes of the new version of you, rather than with the eyes of the person that you've, kind of come out of, the experience that you've come out of. I want to say this could also be the sun card with the child on it, or the fool card. The idea that you want to approach this with innocence and awe and wonder. Not from the bruised and battered that you've been in, not to not acknowledge that, but we've already acknowledged it. We don't want to feel all that stuff anymore, right? We want to use the King of Cups to support us. We want the happy parts at this point, because we are ready to soar into this next level. We are ready to enjoy the fame, the visibility, the new level that we've achieved. We are ready for that level of growth. We have to let go of this seeing the world and seeing our location and everything as being the same, right? So change of pace, change of perspective, maybe change of location or change of job for you, change of people for a little while helps you to see this from a different perspective. Getting up and looking around you in a different way shows you different things about your environment that you didn't see before, because you're looking at it with new eyes. Wow. Okay, Virgo, that is your transformational tarot for December. Really cool, really interesting reading coming through. Can't wait to see how this all pans out. Really liking that, 3rd week of December into the middle of the 1st week of January. Really excited to see how that plays out for all of us. It is year-end preview season and year-end transformation season. If you want a sneak peek into your 2026 year, click on the link below and book your session. It is only going on limited time from December 1st to January 31st. The year-end preview, I pull a card for each month of the year of 2026, and I give you all the deets on what I see coming through for you personally. It's my most popular limited time service that I offer. People absolutely love it. And the year-end transformation is just as cool. It goes even deeper into how you're going to be transforming yourself in that month. You get a channeling in there. You get all sorts of things in there to really see what you can prepare yourself for in the year to come. So I look forward to connecting with you guys either in that way or for another episode of Black Feather Couture, Divining a VIP Life. As always, sending you guys so much love and support. We will see you on the flip side. Happy holiday, happy new year, and transform well.